Yeah, we won the award for the new Feed Eazy tub grinder. This is our 3020 model here that we're showing at the show. It's our mid-sized machine. This particular unit we're using to grind up feed, so we can grind hay bales, silage bales, straw bales. We can actually put in an attachment to grind grain as well for people who want to add grain to their mix. What we've been finding here lately, the market had really been pushing towards the large TMR mixers, which are great machines. But when you start grinding bales with them, quite often you're sitting there for an hour, hour and a half, using a fairly large tractor, just waiting for that to grind up the bale. It's a job that a tub grinder can do in 5 minutes. So we're seeing guys looking at going to a system like this where they can grind the product very quickly, create a mix very quickly. They may still put it in the TMR. Some guys are actually going back to the less expensive horizontal mixers, so it allows guys to reduce the cost of the machinery they're using. But yeah, we're seeing that more and more livestock producers, whether they're dairy or beef, are wanting to improve their rations or how they're feeding the product. So this machine very quickly can grind the product up to whatever size you need. We can change the screens in it, so we can get a smaller end product if you want to, or if you want to process it quickly, we can go to larger screens to push it through much more quickly. This unit actually is interesting. We are actually importing this unit from overseas, and then we finish it off here in Winkler in Manitoba. The overseas production has allowed us to reduce a lot of the costs involved in getting the machine put together, but it hasn't sacrificed any quality. The company we work with actually have a lot of experience working with North American companies and building by North American standards. This unit actually uses, say, the big heavy bearings on the rotor are from a company called Dodge, a North American company. Most of the bearings are actually North American or can be easily replaced. The hydraulic components are all available in Canada. There's not a lot of fancy pieces in it. What this is allowing us to do is have a machine that's actually been engineered to be tougher than our competitors, but we have about a $25,000 price advantage over our competitors. So that's making having higher quality feed for our animals less expensive to get into, making it more feasible for more operators to be able to bring it into their farm, but not having a sacrifice on quality. It also makes it a little more feasible for guys, say 2 or 3 smaller operators, to share a machine, because most guys will just do the amount of product that they need for a short amount of time. They're not running it every day. So yeah, we've been seeing a lot of interest here, especially Manitoba, of guys looking at changing how they're going to be feeding their animals and reduce their operating costs. This unit is kind of the target market that we're going after. Doing 10 bales an hour, probably even a little bit more, depending on the product, what you're trying to achieve, is fairly feasible with this unit. So for a lot of guys, they can, in 4 or 5 hours, they can put through enough product to look after themselves for weeks. We do have access to a larger model. That one has a 60-inch rotor on it as opposed to 48-inch. So it will have higher capacity. Because we can't containerize it, it will be a little more expensive to bring over. So whereas this unit, we're looking at a retail price of about 122,000 Canadian, we're looking at about 175,000 right now is what we expect for the larger model. There are going to be guys who could require that extra capacity, but I think the majority of the guys we're dealing with in Manitoba, this unit would be ideal.